didn't die because I embraced them. I didn't embrace him, and then these guys went missing and he became a Volcon. These two became, oh no, she became a Prewin agent. She became a Skull, obviously. I assumed when I found her, I was like, oh no, let me guess, her sister turned into a Skull, and that's why she became a vampire hunter. And I was correct. So anyway, as I do every morning if there's sick people, well, morning, every start of night, every evening I guess, I go and give medicine out. So in this place, Cox, Big Cox, Mr. Clay Cox. Surprised no music's playing. I also have to go talk to Lady Asprey in her mansion. Finally get to the West End. Hello? There we go.
Hey, Doc. You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Jesus.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Damn. Holy shit. I love that. That's like a thing, eh? Like, as you use more blood to level up, you get more horrifying looking. How does no one look at him and go, holy shit, what is wrong with you?
Miss, please, I feel sick. Get over here now.
Alright. So this place, the docks, the previous night, technically the previous, about 4 nights ago technically, because I cleaned this place up and then went and did the mission where you kill your sister a second time. And yeah, they were in hostile territory, right down here, and I managed to get them up to serious. I don't think it will be possible to get them to healthy or stable, to be honest, but we'll see. I'm just gonna keep on top of all the sick people. Yeah, so starting with the docks, and then we will go to Whitechapel. I think could go to Whitechapel now. Fucking, I'll just go to the docks first. Have a little scrap on the way. Should be some. Oh, actually, they're not in hostile anymore. Shouldn't be that many. This place, obviously.
We found one.
What's the Vulcan doing? And a Skull. Teamwork, mate. We'll see who wins this. Oh.
No civilians allowed, sir. Stop now!
This guy somehow just didn't notice that I joined in and beat the shit out of his mate. 2 of them. These guys are like, meh. Pre-win.
Crush the leech, boys!
Ow! have one of those.
Don't like that, do you? You're pimping.
Ow.
Bloody monster!
Some health back from you, boy. Here.
Steady, boys. We've got one of them here.
Back a bit. I don't want to get involved. I want to see who wins. Oh, pre-win. Not surprised really now. Good against Skulls, but against me, but just push.
Oh, Christ!
Go on then. Parry me. He didn't even parry me. Oh. That's hard parrying in this game. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is the weapon I played through the first time with it. But that made no sense. Pretty sure it's the weapon I played through the game with for the first time. Like I just upgraded it heaps. It is the best in my opinion. I just like the big spiky bat. I do have a lot of I was about to say souls. I do have a lot of souls. I do have a lot of XP right now, but yeah. I'm just gonna do what Lady Asprey wants.
All of you bloody leeches need killing.
That's the wrong button. Look at that. Ow. Yummy.
I'll send you to hell. He's dead. Want some of this? You're mine.
I would. Even more vampire hunters.
There's one of them.
I love the aesthetic of these dudes with the hoods and the crossbows.
Bloody leech! Eat this! Christ! He's dead!
Christ, he's dead. This game's so underrated. Like, it's got a good story. It's got a fucking masterclass RPG, like, dialogue system and, like, information systems. Its combat's, like, it's not amazing, but, like, it's fun. I love the powers and everything. It's just, I don't know, these days people just can't seem to appreciate AA games. They expect every game to be like fucking God of War or some shit. Can't even appreciate games that like are trying to be old school, trying to be RPGs, trying to be like, you know, like Greedful. Like that's like a BioWare game, but after BioWare shit the bed. It's great. But people can't look past the fact that it's a little bit clunky and doesn't look like, you know, AAA. That's why pretty much every AA game is pretty much condemned to be underrated. Because the general population just... They're retarded, that's what I'm trying to say, right? Fucking hell. Like, don't get me wrong, I love me some God of War. I think it's amazing. Graphics are beautiful. Combat's pretty good. But like... I'm not gonna say I prefer this to God of War, but I can at least appreciate it, unlike a lot of people. It's the same concept I have. Oh, okay, let me just figure out how to speak English again. It's similar to another thought process I have with Hell Let Loose. People having a go at it, making fun of the game, saying it's shit because it's too slow. It's like, well, first of all, if you find it too slow, then it's not made for you. So, move on. Second of all, it's like every single person these days needs to be constantly having shit happen. Explosion here, gunfire here, fucking death here, kill here, kill there, kill there, kill there. They need constant shit happening. They can't actually like immerse themselves into like a tactical experience. And like, that's fine if you don't like that kind of game. That's cool, but I don't like it when they say the game is shit, because the majority of people are like, oh, the game's shit, straight up. And then people that are looking into it are like, oh, I won't get it then. And they may have missed out on something they may have enjoyed. That's the thing. Stop saying games are inherently shit when they're not. Just because you don't like a game doesn't make it shit. Right? Like, there are some games that are just shit. Like, what's that game? Right to Hell Retribution. That's just shit. I don't know anybody who likes that. But they confuse a game being shit with... Sorry, let me reel that back. They confuse a game being directed at a certain audience for being shit. They're like, oh, game's too slow, it's shit. No, game's too slow, move on. This is for these people who like that stuff. Or people who are interested, like me. I had never played a game that slow before when it comes to FPS games, but I was interested, and I fucking enjoy it because it's different, it's immersive, it's thought-provoking, and, you know, not the way people use the term thought-provoking. It makes you actually communicate with your team, strategize, you know, make smart decisions. You can't just run around willy-nilly like a headless chicken like you can in Call of Duty. And like, that's the thing, that's what it is. That people are coming in and being, you know, expecting Call of Duty, and then they get disappointed. But it's like, okay, one, if you get disappointed by a game and you don't like it, that's cool, but you just need to move on and stop telling everyone it's shit, because that's misinformation, really. And just because you think something's shit doesn't mean this guy is. Second of all, I forgot my second point. What was it? It was a good one. Oh, right, there it is. Why do people just straight up just buy or download games without even trying to figure out what it is? Because, in my opinion, the only way you can look at Hell Let Loose and think it's going to be Call of Duty is if you just watch one trailer. And don't do any more research other than that. Nothing. No more research. Like, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you just buy a game off, you know, judge it. You don't judge a book by its cover. It's this. It doesn't just mean don't call someone ugly. It literally means don't just look at a cover of a book and go, fuck yeah, let's have a look. We'll buy this one. You gotta, especially in this day and age where companies are quite shady with how games actually are. You know what? That's what I do. I see a game, fuck, that looks sick. But then I go to different YouTube channels. I don't just look at one channel. I don't just search How Let Loose review. Pick the first one. No. I usually scroll down 5 at least. Pick that one. I pick smaller channels and I mix them. I like to get at least 3 or 4 opinions before I make my decision. You know? What was I doing? I don't know. I don't even know why I started ranting. Right, I need to give medicine to Booth. I don't even know where I am. I'm just around the corner. Yeah, I need to go through here. Going off my nut, ladies and gentlemen. I just get agitated at, here's the bottom line, here's a sum up. I just get agitated at people who just say a game's bad just because they don't like it personally.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
That's not
Goodbye,
personal.
Mr.
Shut up. Because, like, in this day and age, information is passed around quite easily, and when a bunch of people who just didn't like the game are straight up saying it's a bad game, people aren't going to want to even look at it, right? They're not even going to want to give it a chance. But if you say, oh, it's not for me, and then explain why maybe, then people can, you know, understand. But also, I do understand the other point of view of why the fuck are you listening to wankers on the internet? Because I am of that mind as well. I never trust what people are saying on the internet. I've seen some brain dead fucking shit happening there. I mean, just people saying a game shit is brain dead, but there are people out there that are not as invested in video games as me, so they usually look for others' opinions, and, you know, they're not like me, willing to put half an hour to an hour into looking into a game, right? See, I'm a fucking no-life, nerdy wanker, right? If there's a game, I'd like to look into it before getting it. Most of the time. Sometimes I do make impulse purchases. I don't think any of them have necessarily backfired yet. Because I do choose my impulse purchases. Well, you don't choose impulse purchases, but the series or developers of games that I impulsively buy have tended to be pretty good so far. Some of them amazing. What was my last impulse purchase of a game? I can't remember. When I say impulse, like, what I mean, I don't mean just like, oh, I see it, then buy it. I mean, I don't wait for reviews. I just buy it on a whim that it might be good. Like, what was the last thing I did? I did... shit. Plus, I don't even really trust reviews, But video games are quite expensive, and a lot of them don't have demos or anything, so it's kind of hard to play it for yourself to find out without wasting heaps of money. I guess EB Games does have, you know, the return policy that is good, but yeah, it's a hassle. So I usually look at certain people's reviews, people who I have agreed with in the past and trust. So, fuck, I don't know what the last one was. What games do I have? I don't actually have many games physically. I have one next-gen game physical, and that's Demon's Souls. was the last one. Maybe I don't do it much. There's gotta be something. Oh, I guess technically I did Impulse by Biomutant, which I still haven't played through. But I like that game a lot, so I wasn't disappointed buying it. Well, there was a few aspects of it I didn't like, but they actually patched shit in to make it better. This guy.
You again?
Yeah, me again.
Do you need medical? Yeah.
Yep.
So you can sell them on the black market? Sorry. I'll only provide you with exactly what you need.
Fair enough, Dr. Reed. Don't cost me nothing to ask.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I guess it technically was a waste of money since I bought it full price and I still haven't played through it. And now it's like pretty cheap to get. But that's I didn't stop playing. Like, I didn't not play through it because I didn't like it. I didn't not play through it because I was waiting for a couple patches to make it a little bit better, and then I got distracted by literally every other game that came out and other games I've been trying to get into. Like, I mean, I've got like games I've bought in the past like month, right? That I still haven't played, and here I am playing fucking Vampyr because they brought out a 60 FPS patch. I don't know, man. I've changed. Well, I haven't changed yet, but I'm trying to change the way I look at video games. Instead of playing the game that's new or what I've recently bought, I'm just picking the ones that I feel like playing at the time. Because what will happen is I won't be in the mood for a new game that I just bought, but I feel like I have to play it, so I do play it, and then I kind of get a bit bummed out on it. Mainly Scarlet Nexus, but I did end up enjoying it in retrospect, and the gameplay I enjoyed all the time, but the story I was just kind of not into it at the time. But afterwards, while playing through Tales of Arise, which I was into at the time, I was like, oh, Scarlet Nexus was actually fucking lit. Yeah, so, I mean, it's, you know, spooky month. I thought, you know, I'm pretty sure Focus were like, yeah, 60 FPS patch, pretty spooky game. I was like, fucking perfect timing, Focus. Entertainment, as they're now called, instead of Focus Home Interactive. Don't think I'm gonna get used to that. Snowflake. So I need to go to Whitechapel now. Yeah. This game's so nice in 60 FPS. Fucking sensitivity's slow as shit though, but it's a good game. There are a few stutters every now and then. It's not like a PlayStation 5 power problem. I just think that's a in-game thing. Yeah. I know the next game I'm impulse buying, even though I have been looking into it, but fucking Elden Ring, day one, no matter what. There's no way they're gonna fuck that up. There's no way. It's from Software. When have they fucked anything up after Demon Souls, right? Demon Souls onward, when have they fucked anything up? Someone say Dark Souls 2. But then, I will say, okay, Miyazaki from Software games, when have they fucked up? Because Miyazaki did not direct Dark Souls 2. He did Demon Souls, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. And also, it's like the perfect evolution, right? He's made like what? Wait, I'm better counting. 2, 3, 5 of these open linear games, like somewhat linear, but not really. Multiple Metroidvania is what the term is, I think. He's made heaps of them. It's only fair that he decided to make a open world game now. And he's got fucking George R.R. Martin doing all the world and characters, so I say doing, it's been done for like years. Yeah, now, as much as Game of Thrones the show was terrible, like the books, they're good. Well, so far. People are still waiting for that last one. But George R.R. Martin's great at making worlds, so I'm very excited to see. From what I've seen so far, Elden Ring already looks like a game of the decade. Like, I'm excited. It's exactly what I wanted. A lot of people saw that gameplay leak and were kind of disappointed, but like, first of all, it was running on a base Xbox One, and it's still a development mode. Development build. That's it. But it's exactly what I expected. See, I'm smart. I knew that it would just look like Dark Souls 3, but better, an open world. I'm like, when they announced Elden Ring, I'm like, there it is.
Thirst for blood.
I love it when he says that. It's crack up. No shit. It's kind of immersion breaking. I'll get onto that soon. But with Elden Ring, when they announced it, I actually remember saying to myself and to the boys, I hope it is just Dark Souls 4, but open world. So I love Dark Souls 3 and 1 and Bloodborne and Demon Souls remake. Like, it looks good. Looks like it's gonna be fun, and it's gotta be good. That's one thing I really like about this game's art style. It's like, you look at the character, he looks quite realistic, but you know, it's kind of like a caricature, but like, well, not caricature, it's stylized, you know. He looks real, but then when you keep looking at him, you notice that, you know, the characters look kind of painted in some ways, and especially like the textures and shit are very painted, which I like that a lot. I like it. The mix between like the realistic like cobblestone and walls and shit, and then look at this world, it looks like it's painted. Look at the textures on this, looks like it's painted. I love that. The painted stuff reminds me of Dishonored. And I love Dishonored.
Sir, no civilians allowed. Yo! Get back in the cave!
I hope they make a sequel to this and stop making Life is Strange games. I'm pretty sure everybody on the face of the earth is sick of Life is Strange. Like, the first one was decent. Like, I liked it at the time, but the more I think about it, the worse I think it is. But the rest are just, like, not really my cup of tea, you know? Like, the first game's good, but there's just some bits of it that seem a bit wonky, you know what I mean? But, like, I just wish they would stop making Life is Strange games, please. And make Vampyr 2, please. Don't not. Or even if... That'd be cool if they just randomly made a sequel to Remember Me. What's happening down here? Is this a Volkot? Volkot? I don't know how to say it. Ah! Dickhead. I'm coming for you. Sneak attack. Boop. Ow. One of these. It's pretty resistant to melee attacks, isn't it? Blood. Oh yeah, he did not like that shadow attack. Ow. I got fucked up. Half my health gone. If it wasn't for the, this, I'd say the combat and, like, the healing system and everything is kind of soulsy. Because you can craft healies. And, yeah, there's definitely not a Souls-like, but I do think the combat is really, you know, Souls-like. A bit more hack and slash, but just like the whole stamina, health system, shit like that. The way the lock-on works, everything like that. I mean, it's a pretty basic way to do shit, but I don't know. Just coming from Demon Souls to this, it does feel very soulsy. Even though it ain't no Souls-like. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm almost there. Is that a normal person? I think it is. I can't even go this way. What a waste of time. Here we go, this way. Alright, who needs my help? I always forget you can do it this way instead of opening up the menu. This bitch. So, Shaoshun, that's how you say it. Shao.
Good evening, Zhao Shun.
Wang Shanghao, Dr. Reed.
Well, I don't
It's good
speak
to
that
see you
one.
again.
How do you feel?
I'm assuming that says hello.
Physically speaking, I mean.
I don't feel good, Dr. Reed. Not at all.
Would you like some medicine?
You should recover quickly after taking this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye for now. Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr.
I
Bates?
pronounced
Not
his
me,
name
but
completely
your
wrong.
skills could help
I
a
was
lot of
saying
people around here.
Cadogan.
That would help my business, because I say
I'm so
live
shit with
tenants
names.
a paying tenant.
Cadogan. I think Cadogan sounds cooler. Cadogan Bates. He needs help.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
Could not care less about this place. I should give him a bit of an interrogation.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
I just gave you medicine. You're literally not healthy. Don't lie to me.
What is your business, exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
I knew that would be the fucking... Oh, I hate this guy so much right now. Oh, bruh. See, the last character I hated a lot became one of those Prewin people, and I got to bash his skull in with a big post for being such a dog cunt. I hope it happens to this guy too. I want to beat the dog shit out of him. You're a repellent individual.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
Yeah, but like, fuck me. Well, I actually don't, but like, there's a lot more other things you could have them do than that. And what happens with the dudes? What if they can't pay? Will they just get kicking the balls? Oh, I mean, like, fuck, like, if they can't pay, just kick them out, right? Isn't that how that works? Like, you could just, have them, I don't really know what goes around here, so, like, I don't know what they could do. It's a tough situation, isn't it? Because he does need to make money, because these are trying times, but these poor people need housing and they can't afford to live there. So they're on the street, or they have to pay another way, as he says. And I'm sure the men aren't allowed to pay in that way, so they're fucked. Well, they're not fucked. What could be the solution? Dunno, it's not my fucking fault or problem, I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. I'm a doctor. I can help you with sickness. I can't help you with the moral implications of having a tenant who can't pay rent have sex with you instead.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
If I were entering into the world of street medicine, it would be on my terms and without such dubious associates as yourself, Mr. Bates.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, saved lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swambra shit.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. Made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. How are conditions in Whitechapel at present?
The way this sickness is spreading, I don't think there'll be enough new bloods to replace those tenants I'm losing from this bloody thing.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Yeah, thanks to Nurse Crane's dedication, these foreigners keep coming to Whitechapel, and my lodgings welcome all.
So business is booming.
More than ever. Hope Nurse Crane's dispensary does nothing but flourish. More money in my pocket in the end.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Take a look. Don't be afraid. Imprisoned by your daily routine. Unable to see.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay. Come on in. I'm a Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom. there only pain and suffering in this world? Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Where's my money? Time to pay, one way or another.
This district seems to get uglier every year. I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities. But I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Why are you sad, then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
Have you any recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I don't believe in miracles, but it seems the epidemic has been kept at bay for a few days.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
You again? What do you want this time?
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. People won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Goodbye.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
How are the current conditions in Whitechapel?
When there's more people outside at night than during the day, then you've got to start to worry.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Cheap price, good... Quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Good evening.
Goodbye.
People are talking about this. Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
We have to stop it!
It ain't human! This is my territory! Your prey is mine! You're feeble! I'll send you! Turn you to dust! You Londoner! Stupid newborn! Your prey is mine now! You're feeble! You cannot win this!
heard so many bad things recently, I'm almost glad I cannot say.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in. Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What can I do for you, Doctor?
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reed. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away! Whoever you are!
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I insist you be quiet!
Son, do you not see? You are the healing balm.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence! I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
All of you bloody leeches need killing. Human, kill it!
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him, but I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
I felt this power, radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea?
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why, truly, did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the Guard of Priwen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first, but it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigations since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Priwen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Priwen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Why start a second one?
Priwen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us is the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Will the guard of Priwen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Priwen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Ekons I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Ekon on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal, but I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No. You will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No. I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Oh. Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club. It's locked.
You Londoners are no match for me!
Well, that's one less anyway. It'll make McCullum happy.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners. The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home. The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Asprey. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Asprey is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Asprey?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Asprey never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Do you know why Lady Asprey chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
They're all around you, waiting for you to let your guard down.